our topic is methods of data collection. So before going to see the data collection method, we will see what is meant by data and what are the aim of data. So data means it is the observable and measurable facts that provide some kind of information from the study. So it will provide some kind of measurable and observable facts. That information the data will provide. Then what are the aim of data means it will provide the meaningful information and also it will identify, measure the variables and describe behavior and that are objective, reliable and valid. So it will be useful for the giving the meaningful information and also it will provide the very reliable and valid information. So coming to methods of data collection, in method of data collection we will use the various steps or strategy for gathering the data. So for collecting the data we will use various steps and various strategies. So we will see what are all the steps and what are all the strategies we are using to collect the data. Already we have seen what is meant by data means. Data means it is a measurable fact. So that is the data. So we will see here. Methods are two types. So we can tell source also. Source of data collection also we can tell. So what are all the data collection method means? Primary data collection method and second is secondary data collection method. So in primary and secondary we are having step by step, we will see in detail. So in methods of data collection, primary data collection we are having interviews, observation, questionnaires, diaries. So these are all the methods we are having under the primary data collection method. And coming to the secondary data collection method, we are having census, national survey, registration of vital events, demographic studies and review of records. So under the primary data collection method we will see the first one is interview method. So what is meant by interview method means interview is a conversation between two or more people. So two or more people will be there will be some conversation. So here the interviewer will be asking the question and the information will be given by interviewee. So that is the interview method. In interview method there are two types are there, structured interview and unstructured interview. What is meant by structured interview means already we will have the questions and we will go for the interview. So that is structured interview. What is unstructured interview? General questions like open-ended question we will ask to the interviewee. So that is unstructured interview. So structured interview may so accurately worded questions with predetermined correct responses. So like multiple choice questions. So you take an example of multiple choice question in MCQ. So in that you will have a correct responses with suitable distractor. So distractor also will be there and correct response also will be there. So you have to select only the correct response. Then participants are asked to select the correct responses. So the participant, who are all the participants, so we will ask them to select the correct response. And every participant will have the same question pattern. So same question paper only we will distribute to each and every participant. That is about the structured interview. Then coming to the unstructured or semi-structured interview means we will give the open-ended question. So example, if we are asking the question like tell about your hospital present in your village. So you tell about the hospital or tell about your society. Like that we will ask some open-ended question. We will not give any options like multiple choice question. So we will give a open-ended question, and they have to fill the answer like paragraph or like essay. They have to fill all those things. That is unstructured or semi-structured interview. Next we will see about the advantages of interview. What are all the advantages? It is easy to use, and second is participants can complete it faster, so they will have a multiple choice question or they will have a question, so they can write it accordingly, so they can complete it faster. Then the task of analyze is easy, so we will see what is meant by analysis in later portion. Then suitable and efficient to manage large numbers, so for large number of peoples also we can use, because already we are having the question paper, so we can distribute all those large number peoples and we can collect it. So these are all the advantages of interview. Then coming to the disadvantages of interview method, it take more money, so cost effect is more because we have to collect the data by preparing the question paper, so we have to take a question and we have to go door to door, so it will take more money and more time, so because we are giving question paper to all the hands, so individually they have to fill, means it will take more time, and training is needed, and investigator must be well trained. The training is needed for the interview as well interviewee, so both the persons are need the training, and prefixed set of questions, we have to prepare the question yearly period. So that is about the disadvantage of interview method. Next we will see about the observation method. So what is meant by observation method means, so the investigator, those who are all going to investigate, they will be the responsible person. The first hand information, whatever they are observing, so that only the information provides information what is actually observed, so whatever they are observing, actually that is their information. So here visit can be formal, well planned, so whenever they are going for the visit it should be planned one, and checklist can be prepared. So what is meant by checklist? Checklist means you can prepare some kind of question and answer. Example, housing condition. In housing condition, hand washing facilities available, yes or no, or ventilation is present, yes or no. So like that, some kind of checklist you have to prepare and you can go bring along with you, then only you can observe and you can tick according to the checklist. So this is about the observation method. This observation method is used to study for the following situations: housing condition of the community. So if you want to check the housing condition of the community, so you can use this method. And disposal system in community, and delivery conduction procedure by DICE in the field, and health seeking behavior of people, and nutritional assessment of community. So we will see example, what is housing condition of community? Housing condition means, example, ventilation of the house is proper or not. So for that you have to observe, so whether the ventilation is proper or not, or hand washing facilities are available or not, so that you have to observe. Then next is disposal system in communities. What kind of disposal system they are practicing for wastage and for human excreta, where they are disposing the waste material, that you have to observe. Then delivery conduction procedure by DICE in the field. So who is DICE? DICE is the local practitioner who is conducting the delivery, so that is DICE. So you have to observe her how she is conducting the delivery procedure, whether according to the protocol she is following, whether she is using a aseptic method or what, that you have to observe. Then health seeking behavior of people. Example, for cold, what kind of remedy they are taking. So example, like ginger or pepper, what kind of behavior they are following in the particular village, that also you have to observe. The nutritional assessment of a community, you have to assess the nutritional assessment, like what kind of food they are taking. Example, carbohydrate rich diet or protein rich diet, what kind of nutritional they are taking in the particular community. So that thing you have to observe. Observation data can be collected naturally on its occurrence. So whatever there in the observation, we can collect those data. Then data obtained in actual and first hand data, we ourselves can take this data, we no need to collect from anyone else. Next we will see the disadvantages of observation method. So if it is not planned well, it will be the waste of time. So if you are not planned well, it need planning. The next is observer bias is potential with unreliable data. If we are not observing properly, maybe the bias, chance for the bias. Then laborious job. So laborious job means it need more attention. So if you want to take this observation method, you have to give your energy and time and also the good attention, then only you can do. So that is laborious job. Then poor response rate, so you will not get a good response during this observation method. So these are all the advantages of observation method. Next we will see about the questionnaire. So questionnaire is used for telephonic survey. So by using telephonic method also we can use this questionnaire method, and can be posted, emailed or faxed. So nowadays we are getting by WhatsApp. So through the WhatsApp we are getting many survey format like health assessment or mental assessment form, like that we are having many type of questionnaire. So it is very simple but need skill. Of questionnaire can administer at large group of participants. So we can administer at a large group of participants, and participant may be at ease and easy to administer. Participant also will do the work easily and administer also. Disadvantage, many times it is not reliable method. At times the researcher may not get any responses or incomplete questionnaire may be returned. So if you are sending any mail or if you are sending by the phone call, so there is the chance of less response or incomplete questionnaire. They will not answer it a proper way. They will put just incomplete and they will send it back. Then participant must know to read and write. If they are illiterate means it is not at all possible. So this is the advantage of questionnaire. Next is diaries. Personal diaries, secondary data, historical research. So in secondary data, source of data. Example, data collected from other sources or outside. So we can take many data from her diary, from Florence Nightingale diary. Survey. So data from the people which was expressed in demographic studies and review of records. Then utilized for research purpose. So we can take from those diaries and we can utilize for our research purpose. The census. Census is defined as the simultaneous recording of demographic, social and economic data of a country's population on a specific day. So example, every 10 years once the national government will take the census, how many populations are present. So they will collect not only the population and also they will collect the demography and socio-economic data of countries' populations. The Census Commissioner of India is an overall in charge. Census Commissioner will be the in charge for the census. So census will be done for every 10 years. Then next is national survey conducted at central level to collect the information related to population from various states. So from various states we will collect the census, that is we will collect the information related to the population. Health survey may be conducted to elicit data related to morbidity, mortality and nutrition, etc. So we can also collect the death rate, birth rate and disease rate and nutrition rate. That thing also will be collected. That is national survey. So it will be conducted by the central government. Then next is records community identification information such as housing condition, socioeconomic status and demographic information, vital events, health services are available in the records maintained in health agencies like CHC, PHC and sub-centers, etc. So from the records we can come to know the conditions. From the community health center and primary health center, sub-centers, they will maintain some kind of records. From that records we can collect what about the areas and what about the housing condition in the particular village and what are the socio-economic status of the particular village and demographic information like how many peoples are there, how many male or how many female, how many young under 5 children and pregnant women. That all the kind of information we will collect from those health agencies. Then coming to the vital events, what is meant by vital events? Mainly the birth rate, death rate, life expectancy at birth, mortality and fertility rates. These and all the vital events. From that also we can collect the data. For more reference you can refer K.K. Gulani Textbook of Community Health Nursing, Kumar Publishers, and Parke Textbook of Preventive and Social Medicine, Bernard Publishers, and Sample Registration System estimates the Register General of India, Ministry of Home Affairs. Thank you.